Back in November, I decided it was time to replace my transaxle oil and get a good look at it. Laying underneath the car here, about to drain the gear oil, I kind of wondered, how long has it been since anyone has drained and replaced the gear oil in this vehicle, or in this transmission, I should say. May or may not be the same thing. And when I tried to put my shiny new 17mm hex driver into the refill plug hole, I realized, well, it's definitely been since before they put this coating on the transmission, because I had to dig the coating out of the receptacle of this plug to be able to fit the driver in. So that's encouraging. Wonder what this stuff will look like. Here I'm about to start using my thumb and middle finger to turn the threads while using my pointer finger to stop the plug from falling into the pan. There we go. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Somewhat nasty. So I just pulled the main or lower drain plug from my transaxle. Oh my God. That was stuck to the top of the drain plug. Not really sure what that came from. It seems to run fine. Just a little bit concerned about that. Let's see here. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, yeah, here's another nice little chunk. Yeah, okay, I'll just toss that over there for now. Let's see, do we have any? Oh yeah, sure enough, there's another piece. Yeah, some slivers and such. Okay, well, most of the rest of it is smaller pieces. God bless. All right, well, I guess I'm glad I'm changing the oil. I guess I foresee cracking this thing open in my future. Upon further examination of this largest piece, it definitely seems to me that this is a section of a tooth on a gear, based on the profile and how smooth that is. Yeah, so wow. And then these must be, you know, just sort of accompanying pieces here. And yet the thing still sounds fine, best I can tell, but obviously not in the best of condition internally. All right. I'm not even sure what to say right now. I guess I'll be doing some thinking about what are my next steps here. Continue to drive it? Wait to hear real big problems? I don't know. All right, this is all kinds of jankety, but you can see I've got my gear oil here. And may not be very clear, but this hose here is going up into the fill hole on the side of the transmission. And this little pump here is something that I purchased quite some time ago to extract the oil out of a lawnmower engine. When it came time to do this job, I thought, well, I could spend more money on supposedly the, specific tool for the job, or I could just use something I've already got that's going to work just fine. And it appears to be doing just that from what I can tell. I imagine eventually here I'll pump enough times that we'll start to see some gear oil dripping down the side of the transmission, and I'll know that I've completed the task. Anyway, just thought I'd show this little setup here. At this point, I buttoned the car back up and drove it around a whole lot. It wasn't until more recently that I decided I needed to drain the oil again as one of many steps toward trying to resolve all the oil leaks I've got. I'm about to prepare to put in these plugs, and decided to try this product here, which high temperature, talks about being good, situations of vibration and all that. And something I've learned to do in my advancing years is to actually read the directions. And it talks about not putting threads on not putting the sealant on the first thread, and that you only put the sealant around 3/4 of the diameter, whatever, surface. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll put it in. I need to inspect the threads a little bit on the transaxle body, on the lower drain. There's just a couple things that I'm not sure about on them. I want to get a better look at, but I like the threads up here, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that in, and then move my drain pan enough to where I can get a better look at the female threads back there. So that's the next step. Once again, put this pump to use, filling up my gear oil, and filled it right to the bottom of the fill hole and plugged it back up. Should be good to roll now. Still need to put my castle nuts to at least 250 foot-pounds of torque and get my cotter pins put through them, but other than that, ready. Having finished with the axle boots and the seals and putting new sealant on the threads in the drains of the transaxle, getting it all put back together, put it back down on the ground, drive it around a little while, get under here and have a look, and yeah, you're gonna see some spots here. But what I have learned is that they don't seem to be coming from where I did the seals out of the hubs, rather drums. And despite what it may look like looking down here, I don't believe it's coming from my drains at all either. It seems to actually be coming from the nose cone, which also sucks, and I'm gonna need to do something about that. But for now, I think I'm happy with all the work that I've done with the seals and the boots and etc. Now I just need to pull the engine and the transmission and take a look at the nose cone and fix that problem. But I'll put that off and move on to some other things for now. So we're gonna call this good.